If you've ever looked into your dog's eyes and wondered, what in the world is going on in that furry little head? You're not alone. From the very first time our distant ancestors invited that lone wolf into their cave for warmth and protection, our bond with dogs has been deep and full of little mysteries. Today, many of those mysteries still show up in the small, strange habits our dogs do every day. Maybe you've caught your pup spinning circles before doing their business out in the yard, or you've noticed they sometimes sleep with their eyes half open, as if they're keeping watch over you even in their dreams. It's these odd, lovable quirks that remind us dogs aren't just pets. They're family. In this video, we're going to open the door to 10 of the strangest things dogs do, and more importantly, we'll uncover why they do them. So, get comfortable, maybe call your dog over to your lap, and get ready to see your loyal friend in a brand new light. Because once you understand the why, you'll never look at that wagging tail the same way again. Let's start with something you've probably chuckled about while standing in your backyard. That odd little dance your dog does before they finally settle down to do their business. It might look silly, but there's more going on than you think. Long before our pups had cozy dog beds and fenced-in yards, their wild ancestors had to watch out for danger every single moment, even when nature called. Squatting to poop put them in an incredibly vulnerable position. So circling was their way of scanning the grass for hidden threats like snakes or other predators waiting for a surprise meal. But that's not all. Dogs have tiny scent glands tucked in their paws, so when they spin and scratch at the grass, they're leaving behind a clear message for any other canine who might wander by later. This spot is claimed. It's like writing a note in the neighborhood doggy bulletin board. And here's the part that really blows people's minds. Recent research has found that dogs actually prefer to align themselves along the Earth's magnetic field when they go number 2. Yes, you heard that right. In a calm magnetic environment, dogs will try to poop facing north or south. Scientists still don't fully know why, but it's one more reminder that even the simplest dog behavior is deeply rooted in instincts shaped over thousands of years. So, the next time you see your furry friend spinning around the yard in what seems like a pointless circle, remember, they're checking for snakes, marking their territory, and lining up with the planet itself, all in one go. Now let's talk about another sight every dog owner knows too well, that heavy, open-mouthed panting. On a warm day, you'll see your pup's tongue hanging out, chest rising and falling like they just ran a marathon. Unlike us, dogs don't sweat all over their bodies. Instead, they cool themselves mostly through their tongue and the moist surfaces inside their mouth and throat. Each pant pulls cooler air in and pushes warm air out, working like nature's little air conditioner. But panting doesn't just happen when they're hot. Many dogs pant when they're nervous or worked up. Think about how your dog acts when there's a thunderstorm, fireworks in the distance, or even just a dreaded trip to the vet. That quick, shallow breathing is their way of coping with stress. Scientists have studied how dogs use pheromones, special chemical signals, to calm themselves, too. There's even a thing called dog-appeasing pheromone, or DAP for short, that vets sometimes use to help anxious dogs relax during visits. Next time you see your buddy panting when there's no heat wave, look closer. Are their ears back? Tail tucked, maybe some lip licking or yawning? That's their silent language telling you, hey, I'm feeling worried. Knowing this means you can comfort them better, helping them feel safe, the same way they've always made you feel protected in return. Here's one that makes a lot of folks look away and laugh a little nervously. When dogs meet, they often greet each other with a good long sniff, and sometimes an awkward lick right where we humans wish they wouldn't. But for dogs, this is one of the oldest and clearest ways they communicate. Their noses and tongues are their best tools for reading the world. When one dog licks another's private parts, they're gathering a whole library of information in seconds. Age, health, mood, and even whether the other dog is ready to mate. In the wild, wolves did the same thing to strengthen pack bonds and keep everyone clean and healthy. It's called social grooming. Think of it as a handshake, a polite hello, and a wellness check all in one. And it doesn't stop there. Dogs might lick their friends' ears, face, or paws, too, all gentle signs that say, "We're okay, we're family." For people who find this habit strange, it helps to remember that dogs live in a world built on scent and taste. Their paws, fur, and every little spot carry pheromones, tiny chemical messages that say who they are. Next time you catch your dog getting extra friendly with another dog's backside, just smile and remember, it's not rude in their world. It's just one more way they keep the pack together and make sure everyone knows exactly who's who. You might have glanced over at your dog napping on the living room floor and felt a little spooked. Are they really asleep? Those half-open eyes can look unsettling if you don't know what's happening. But here's the truth. When a dog sleeps with its eyes partly open, you're not actually seeing the full eyeball staring back at you. What you're seeing is something called the third eyelid, a thin, pinkish membrane that slides across their eye like a secret curtain. This built-in screen keeps dirt and dust away and keeps the eye moist while they rest. Some people say this odd trait goes back to their wild ancestors. Out in the woods or fields, a wolf that looked awake, even while catching some sleep, had a better chance of fooling predators into staying away. It's a clever trick of nature, making them look alert enough to stay safe. So if you spot your pup snoring softly, but their eyes are partly open, don't worry. They're not possessed. They're just showing off a neat little survival tool that has kept generations of canines safe while they dream about chasing squirrels in the yard. Now here's one that makes just about every dog owner blush. The moment your sweet pup sticks their nose right where you wish they wouldn't when greeting a guest. It might feel embarrassing, but for dogs, sniffing a person's crotch is as normal as shaking hands or saying, "Nice to meet you." The reason comes down to scent glands. Humans have a special type called apocrine glands, which are especially dense in the groin area. These glands produce pheromones, chemical signals that carry a surprising amount of personal information. When your dog presses their cold nose there, they're not trying to embarrass you. They're reading clues about who you are, how healthy you are, and even what mood you're in. Female dogs and unneutered males are especially curious because they're wired to pick up hints about fertility or recent changes in your body. It's the same reason dogs sniff each other's rear ends. Those scent glands act like a living ID card. If you've recently had a baby, just finished a workout, or even just come home after a long day, your dog's nose knows it all. So, while we might find it awkward, to them, it's just part of keeping the family circle tight and making sure they know exactly what's happening in their pack. Next time it happens, just laugh and gently guide them away. They're only trying to say, "Who are you today, friend?" When your dog rolls over and shows you that soft, furry belly, it can be one of the sweetest sights in the world. Many people see it as an open invitation to rub that tummy, and sometimes it is, but not always. A dog exposing their belly can mean more than just "rub me here." In many cases, it's one of the clearest ways a dog says, "I trust you." By showing you their most vulnerable spot, they're telling you they feel safe by your side. This sign of trust goes back to their wolf ancestors, who used the same posture to signal peace in the pack. But here's the catch. Sometimes it's not trust, but submission. If a dog feels worried or wants to avoid conflict, they may flop over and freeze to show they mean no harm. Puppies do this a lot with older dogs to say, "I'm no threat." So how do you tell the difference? Look at the rest of their body. A happy, trusting dog will have a loose, wiggly body, a softly wagging tail, and eyes that say, "Go ahead." A dog showing submission will be stiff, maybe licking their lips or turning their head away. If you see that, it's best not to rub the belly. Give them space instead. Either way, it's one more reminder that dogs speak a silent language. And when you learn to listen, you become not just an owner, but a trusted member of their family circle. Have you ever felt like you have a furry little shadow following your every move around the house? You stand up from your chair. There they are, You walk into the kitchen. They're right behind you. For many dogs, sticking close to your side is more than habit. It's part of who they are. Long ago, we bred dogs to live with us, work beside us, and keep us company. In their minds, you're not just a person. You're their pack leader, their family. Following you from room to room is their way of feeling safe and connected. And let's be honest, they know good things happen when you're around. Maybe they get a treat when you open the fridge, a scratch behind the ears when you settle on the couch, or a friendly word when you notice those big eyes looking up at you. Puppies are especially clingy because they see you as a parent figure, their whole world of comfort and protection. Some people worry that this means their dog is too needy, but more often than not, it's a quiet way of saying, I trust you. I want to be where you are. So next time you nearly trip over your loyal follower, remember, that warm, fuzzy presence is proof that dogs are more than pets. They're family, and for them, family always sticks together. Picture this. You're out enjoying a peaceful walk with your dog when, out of nowhere, they spot another dog or a stranger and suddenly transform. Barking, lunging, growling. It feels like you're holding back a wild animal. It's confusing, especially when you know your dog is friendly off the leash at the park. This puzzling behavior is called leash reactivity, and while it might look like pure aggression, it's usually rooted in fear and frustration. When a dog's on a leash, they lose their natural escape route. Off-leash, if something makes them nervous, they can just walk away or circle around to feel safe. But when a leash clips them to you, they're stuck. Their only option is to face whatever's coming head-on, even if they'd rather not. So they bark, growl, and pull, all to say, back off. The tricky part is that this can turn into a habit. If your dog barks and the scary thing goes away, even if it's just the other owner walking by, your dog thinks, hey, my barking worked, and they're more likely to do it again next time. Sometimes it's not fear at all. It's sheer excitement. Some dogs desperately want to greet that other pup, but feel trapped by the leash. That frustration bubbles over as barking and lunging. If you've ever wondered why your sweet dog plays nicely off-leash but turns into a barking mess on a walk, now you know. It's not bad manners. It's tangled up instincts. The good news is that with patience, training, and sometimes a little professional help, leash reactivity can get better. Understanding this quirk makes you kinder to your pup and helps you handle those sudden outbursts with calm and confidence. A big relief for both ends of the leash. Have you ever stood up to grab a cup of coffee only to come back and find your dog curled up right where you were sitting? It's one of those moments that makes you smile and maybe shake your head a little. But there's more behind this than just stealing your warm seat. Dogs are creatures of comfort and connection. Your favorite chair, the blanket you always use, or that dent in the couch cushion. They're soaked in your scent, and to your dog, that smell is safety and love. When they slide right into your spot, they're surrounding themselves with the smell of you, their most trusted friend. It's also a gentle way of saying, I want to be close when you come back. In the wild, wolves and dogs sleep close together in piles, sharing warmth and trust. By sitting in your seat, your dog is recreating that same feeling of closeness. So, the next time you return and see those big eyes looking up at you from your chair, remember, they're not being sneaky. They're just claiming a piece of your warmth until you're ready to share it with them again. Finally, let's look at something that turns every winter walk into a snack break. Dogs love eating snow. If you've ever watched your pup stick their nose into a fresh pile of snow and start chomping away, you might wonder why they'd rather eat that than the clean water waiting in their bowl at home. Well, part of it goes back to instinct. Long before we kept water bowls filled in warm kitchens, dogs' wild ancestors had to get moisture wherever they could, and fresh snow was often the cleanest option in cold climates. Even today, snow feels fresh and cool on their tongues, a fun little treat during playtime. Some dogs are just curious. Snow is fluffy, cold, and melts on contact, which can be pretty fascinating if you think about it. But before you let your dog turn your backyard into an all-you-can-eat snow buffet, remember this: not all snow is safe. Snow near roads or driveways can be mixed with salt, antifreeze, or other chemicals that can make your pup sick. So if you catch your dog munching on snow, it's usually fine. Just make sure it's clean, just like you'd check their water bowl to keep it fresh. So now you know. Every circle spun in the yard, every awkward sniff, every wag and worried pant connects your dog to an ancient story of survival, trust, and family. They're not just pets lying by our feet. They're loyal hearts reminding us what it means to be loved without question. So the next time your dog does something that makes you wonder, smile, and remember, there's a hidden reason behind every little quirk, shaped by thousands of years beside us. And if you've ever found yourself lying awake at night listening to your dog howl at the moon or cry at distant sirens, don't worry. That mystery is coming up next. Make sure you stick around as we uncover why our best friends still sing to the night sky like wolves long ago. If you enjoyed this little journey, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend who loves dogs as much as you do, and tell us in the comments, what's the strangest thing your dog does? We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep loving those paws that follow you everywhere.